Sam Logue here for IrishBoxing.com. Absolutely delighted to be joined by Jim Donovan, the winner of the 67 kilos Irish National Championships under 18s. Jim, first of all, just go over your performance for me. How do you think you got on in there? Obviously you're the winner tonight, but how did you perform?
Well, the first round, game plan basically, tall orthodox, taller than me, longer, straight backhand down the middle. My coach, my uncle Martin, Donovan, my uncle, my coach, game plan was just step out the outside, counter him with the left hand, right hook off. So obviously in the first round that worked, he stopped coming. Then the second round I was kind of in the middle, so I had to kind of pick my shots, make him draw, throw and counter. But obviously every time I countered, he grabbed. And into the third round, you know, his hands dropped, second, tired. So I started picking him, putting his head back. The ref cleaned his nose a couple of times and got the win anyway. Very proud of it.
Excellent, excellent. You did seem to have a lot of success with the counter punch, especially that the kind of check right hook off the back foot as well, which was really nice to see. Obviously, you're in big company with your name. Obviously, Paddy and Edward, and you're training with Andy Lee, I hear as well.
Yeah, a couple of mornings ago I was training with Andy, doing a bit of pad work with him, you know, getting ready for this final. Andy being away with Tyson Fury over the Christmas month. He only came back obviously coming into the later stage of the tournament. But it's good to get into training with him anyway, coming up to the final, you know.
Yeah. How much of your training is done with Andy, and how much of an influence has he had on you since you've started training with him?
You know, me and Andy, I met him first he came here to one of my fights. I was fighting a lad from Galway, maybe by 4 final. Got the win anyway, and got to know him. Paddy signed him a top rank. Andy became his manager, and obviously then I've been home with my cousin Paddy, training with Andy, you know. So Andy's a great lad, great to be around, you know. And obviously he's been away with Tyson Fury over in the training camp over the Christmas. Coming up to the end of the tournament, I got to go down and train with him for about 2 or 3 mornings. You know, I've done most of my training for this tournament with my uncle Martin. Okay. You know. Brilliant.
So we can't miss out Uncle Martin. He obviously has had a massive impact on your career as well.
All my life since I've been a child, but obviously since I've been 11, coming up to my first fights. You know, my uncle Gugu, we call him. Gugu is his name. Martin is his obviously birth cert name. But I've been in my corner since day one. You know.
Brilliant, brilliant. So we have to shout out Uncle Martin there. We can't miss him out. Brilliant. How much of an inspiration though is, like, training with Andy Lee, but the fact that he's going over and back training with Tyson Fury, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, how much of an inspiration is that in itself, knowing that that's the person who's entrusted to work with the world heavyweight champion wants to work with you? How, like, what does that do for you? What kind of boost and inspiration does that give you?
It's absolutely unbelievable to know that Andy wants me by his side, training with him, obviously in the gym along with side Paddy. Paddy's fight now is in Glasgow on the 26th of this month, and I'll be training with him. I'll be training with Paddy here. I'll be training with Paddy here. He's on a 5-week training camp. He's fighting 26th this month alongside Andy Lee. He's up now in a hotel, and I'll be going in every single morning. Just because I won the final here don't mean I won't be back training on Monday morning, you know, with Andy and Paddy.
Unbelievable. So we'll turn to you, Paddy. Thanks for jumping in. How far can this man go? Jim Donovan, talk to me about him. A great performance in the final there. We saw you jumping out, congratulating him straight away. What do you think of your cousin Jim, and how far can he go in the game?
Jim has super potential. He's every trick in the book. He's all the shots. He's everything to go to the top. Needs to keep training, keep discipline. He's at the age right now where he can slip away from boxing. So it's important that he keeps in the gym, keep listening. He's surrounded by great people. He's training with me, my brother, training with my dad, he's training with Andy. So he's in a great environment. He just needs to keep his head screwed on, and the world is his oyster after that, you know?
Yeah. Wow, 100%, and you've got great role models there around you to make sure that you do stay in the gym and you don't slack off, eh? Talk to me about your goals. Like, what are your kind of immediate and long-term goals? I mean, it seems to me like you definitely feel like you can go very far in the sport, and you've got people around you, people like Paddy and Andy and Edward telling you can go far. So what are the goals, short-term and long-term?
Since I've been 11 years old, Paddy, my uncle, as I said a while ago, my uncle Martin, which is Paddy's dad, obviously when you're 11, your first goal is to win the Limerick title, second is to win the Munsters, then come to Dublin and win the All-Ireland. Yeah. Now at 17, I'm 18 next month, or this month, the middle of this month. I've won this was my goal to win. Next will be European title, you know, Go over there. Then whatever comes up after that, if I turn pro, win my pro debut, get up in the ranks like Paddy is, and just follow Paddy.
He's about to turn pro, but he has to continue training and building his name, and I think he'll win a lot more titles. I think he's a great chance of winning the European Championship, winning some medals. So keep training, keep discipline, and put the Irish titles in his back pocket. seeing to get some international medals, and I think soon, in a couple of years down the line, he'll be a professional fighter just like me.
So it seems to be that the pros is kind of your ambitions, kind of what you want to go forward towards. But is there any ambition to kind of maybe qualify for an Olympics and kind of get far in the amateur game as well? Of course, Paddy you turned over yourself quite young. Is that something you would like to achieve before turning pro?
I'm 17 at the moment. I'm 18 in the middle of this month. I'll be 20, almost 21 before I get to qualify for the Olympics. Obviously,
right time, so he's got a good chance. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if the chance comes, as we said, he's training. He's keep winning nationals like this. He's doing well in European
I've 2 years to prepare for it, like as Paddy's saying, you know.
Yeah. If he can get his hands on the qualification, he's obviously going to go to the Olympics. But if not, he's good enough for the profession. He's a banger. He's a puncher. He's skilled, and he's surrounded by great people. So let's see.
Yeah.
100%. Paddy, we'll touch to you just because you're in the frame. We'll go to you now. You're obviously fighting on the big Josh Taylor card, Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall in the 26th of February. I'm getting the tongue tied here. 26th of February in Scotland. Talk to me about your preparation for the fight so far, and how you must be looking forward to getting back in the ring at this stage.
Yeah, I'm training very hard. 2021 was a tough year. Inside and outside the ring for me. We lost a couple of members of my family, so and I picked up a little hand injury. So it's been a tough enough year, but right now my mind's in a great place. I'm in a great environment. I'm training very hard with Andy. We're very grounded. We're training extremely hard. Him, my dad, and myself. So we're just looking forward now to this fight. Everything is perfect. Weight is good. Health is good. So physically, mentally, I'm at a good place. So I just cannot wait to fight now.
Yeah, 100%. So pending a win in Edinburgh, what's the goals going forward for the rest of this year, and what titles are we looking at for the next kind of 18 months?
Well, after this fight, we're looking for a shot of a World Youth title.
World title?
Yeah, we're youth.
World Youth title.
So get my hands on that.
Get excited there.
Get my hands on that. A couple of defences of that. I'll only be 24 years old, and whoever wants it can have it, baby.
Lads, thank you so much for talking to IrishBoxing.com. Jim, congratulations on your Irish title today, and Paddy, thanks for jumping in, and good luck in your fight on the 26th of February. With any luck, I'll be out there, but I'm not sure yet. But thank you very much, guys. Thanks for talking to IrishBoxing.com.
Thank you very much.
Boys.